Hello, ladies. Hello, mommies. My name is Adejoke. For those who don't know me, I'm a lawyer, coach, business strategist, and I do quite a lot of things. But today, I will be sharing with you on how to live your best life as a mom. Please pardon me. My eyes will be darting between the camera here and then on my laptop because I have my notes so that I can bring my best self, and then of course share the dopest content with the people who will be watching these videos for as many women, moms, young moms, older moms as possible. While we're at it, kindly get a glass of a very good red. This is a good Pinot red wine with a bit of Coke. At the end of the video, you'll know why I asked you to get this glass. So get something. Even if you're breastfeeding, you can get Ribena or water. But we're going to do something with it at the end. I won't tell you now. If you wait till the end of this video, you'll find out. So I'll share 3 ways which has largely worked for me in living your best life as a mom, and essentially how to outsource. The topic of this video is how to outsource what you can and live in the moment, because I find that a lot of people, especially women, don't live in the moment. We are constantly burdened by having to make decisions, not even basically for us, but for other people. You're making decisions about what to wear for your children, what to cook, timetables, how to drop them off, who to care for them, shopping in the house. And there are so many things that a woman's brain is a powerhouse handling many things, while some other people are focused on a man just wants to dress, he will wear one color, a woman is thinking about color combinations and all those things. So I'll share what has worked for me largely, and let me enter a caveat. This is not a one size fits all approach. What I'm trying to say is this doesn't necessarily have to work for you that way. You can find ways to tweak it, share your own ways with me, and then of course find better ways to improve on what I have been doing that has worked for me so far. So the first thing I'm going to share with you is build a support system. The effect of building a support system cannot be overemphasized. If you read the biography or listen to or look into the life of any power woman, they have a solid network of people behind them. Either they have the most supportive spouse, or if they are single women or single moms, or maybe married women too, they are either paying for a support system, paying for very loyal and effective staffs. I'll share what works for me. For example, when I had a baby 3 years ago, my husband was not very big on having help. I knew I needed help. I knew that I would always get flustered when there was nobody to help me, or there is nobody to help me. My mom was going to go away. So before she even went, I had restructured and reorganized the house. I had interviewed about 3 people, and I settled for the oldest amongst them while she passed the test. Before then, I already had someone who was cleaning my house, even since the time I was a single lady. What did I do? I looked around me. If you notice in Lagos, for example, where I live, because you may be watching this video from outside the country or from other states, there are always low-income neighborhoods near your middle-income neighborhoods. For example, there is Obalende there's this particular estate, I don't remember the name now. So you can look for people in those areas who are not gainfully employed, empower them, do due diligence on them, run tests for them, and then they can come in if you don't want home help to clean your house. So I have people, I've scheduled my house in a way that there's someone who does the house managing, who does the shopping, who does all the hard work of cleaning all those things, those mundane things. I do my meal plans in advance, especially because of my Fit Fam meals. Meal plans always work for me. Timetables always work for me, because what it does is it reduces the amount of decisions I get to make on a daily basis. I cannot wake up in the morning and be making, before 9 a.m. you've made over 100 decisions. So I figure out a way to structure those decision making on the days where maybe I'm tired or I'm not having any high pressure thing to do. So what this does for you in building a support system is that it frees up your time for you to focus on things that actually matter to you. Things like your business, things like your career, things like maybe spending quality time with your spouse if you're happily married, or just having some me time. But when you are focused on what do I eat in the morning, what do I give the family to eat in the morning, what do they eat for lunch, and you're doing that on a daily basis, you find out that you are mentally exhausted. You are not able to focus your energy on the things that really pay you off. So from the beginning, like I said earlier, I knew that I couldn't do all those things, and I carried my spouse as much as possible. In the beginning, it wasn't even really game. He was saying, why do you need people? I said, I need people. And then we found a way. I found a way. So if it means even paying for it yourself, by all means do. If it means coming together as a community of moms, maybe you all work, some people work from home, some people do remote work, or some people go to work, find a way to leverage on the relationships that you have around you. It doesn't need to be full-time paid help. It may be a part-time person. It may be someone coming clean your house once or twice a week, and you find a way to pay that person monthly. It may be someone coming to do the laundry and you get a washing machine. It may be someone who would they get to doing the groceries for you. You can come together. I'll share a little bit about that later. It really has to do with towards the festive period. So that is that on that. Find a way to build a support system for yourself. It can never be overemphasized. That is the way you can retain your baby girl life. That is the only way you can continue to effectively save your mental energy to make more meaningful decisions and not just be burdened with mundane decisions on a daily basis. Then the number 2 thing I'm going to share is be gentle with yourself. Love yourself. I mean, this may sound cliche, but being gentle with yourself means that you tell yourself the truth, but you tell yourself the truth in a loving way. The way you will tell somebody else the truth in a loving way, do the same thing to yourself. Extend the same courtesy to yourself. Pat yourself on the back. Hug yourself on some days. Loving yourself is so important. Some people expect other people to love themselves in a way they've not communicated to other people. The moment you begin to set a standard and set a tone of how you care for yourself, how you love yourself, how you set boundaries, even as a mom, as a wife, as a woman, first of all, you will see that you will send like a circular and a communication to other people on how you want to be treated. I'm saying this particularly because it's a way to focus on your well-being. And I found that some people who are in difficult marriages, they're kind of hard on themselves. That how did they find themselves here? People who they had to live difficult marriages and they are co-parenting with difficult men. Be kind to yourself, especially if the person is a narcissist who has not been diagnosed. And let me quickly share ways that you can protect yourself if you are by any chance in a relationship with someone like that. You see, narcissists are suited by the idea that they are causing your misery. So it really boosts their self-esteem when they know that I'm the cause of your pain, I'm the cause of your problem. I dealt with her. And the gag is that they are not able to get that reaction of people because those people don't know that this person is suffering from this mental issue, because it's a mental health condition. So they've set a tone. Maybe they loved you so hard in the beginning, they put you on a pedestal and all that. Now, once you find out that this is it, or you have an inclination, what you should do is begin to find a way to insulate yourself and protect yourself. Protect your mental health, protect your physical space, and protect your boundary. Especially if you're in a situation where you cannot leave, or maybe it's with a sibling or with anything. And don't be too hard on yourself, which was where I started. Because you are the normal person who is expecting to be loved and treated in a certain way. Find a way to empower yourself within the decisions that are in your parameters of decision that are within your power to insulate yourself and protect yourself. I won't dwell too much on this because I'll still send voice notes if you want to hear more about how you can handle this. But be kind to yourself, especially as we're approaching this festive period where there's so many ridiculous expectations. Some people are not good for your mental health, and some of them are your relatives. Please be kind to yourself. Love yourself. Tell yourself the nice things you want to hear. Empower yourself with words and your affection and your love. Give yourself your own love language. And then number 3, which is what I'm going to dwell on a bit, is outsource, outsource, outsource. It is not expensive. Let us remove that notion and deal with that mindset that, oh, outsourcing is expensive, I have to do everything by myself. Especially if you are in Africa or you are in Nigeria, where I currently live, in Lagos City. Christmas is coming, and then the new year too. And if you're like me, it gets very overwhelming for me. To start with, it gets particularly overwhelming. We're having so many people visit you. You have to play hostess to many people. So this is the trick that I've been using, and I'm going to share some of it with you. Now, if you're like me, you're overwhelmed with especially the cooking and the deep cleaning. You want to clean the house because it gets dusty. Shopping and trying to please everyone, which is a killer. Please don't try to please everyone. It's the fastest way to kill yourself. Now, first thing I'll say to you is breathe. Take a deep breath. Breathe, please breathe. Now, sit down and quickly do like a cost-benefit analysis. What are the most important things to me? What are the things that if I don't do them by myself or supervise them by myself, they're going to completely collapse? And then what are the things that I can get somebody else, another company, a small organization, a small business to do for me, or an entrepreneur to do for me? Now, I'll give you an example. Do you know that 5 of you 6 of you can come together and say, you know what, let's outsource to a shopper who will help us go to my 12, which is where we do a lot of bulk shopping in Lagos. So go to Oyinbo and get bulk. We'll do a list. We'll figure out what is the cost of meat, cost of turkey, cost of chicken, cost of this and that. Do the bulk shopping, and we'll split the service charge across 5 places. How about that? And the delivery charges as well. You can have them deliver in one person's house and you figure out a way to go and pick up. How about that? You can do the same thing for cooking. Oh, Labake has a lot of space in a house. Why don't we cook? Get a caterer to do the cooking there, or cook and then we pay the money together. Cook for 50 people. There are 10 people in our houses, 5 people. We have food for 5 people for Christmas. Give yourself some break. Stay later in bed instead of jumping up early in the morning to get food on the table for everybody. And these things don't need to be expensive. Book yourself a massage. You understand? The same thing can be done for clothes shopping, like I said. This system can also be done for festive bulk cooking. Book yourself a spa massage. I mentioned that, I'm not going to forget it. I know someone who does. The first time she will collect 12,500 naira from you. She gives you a discount of. She will even bring it to your house and come and do it in your house. Turn on some candles. Sit down and just look at the lights and the candles. Take care of yourself. Be kind to yourself in this period. Festive periods are particularly difficult for a lot of people. In between watching the children, having your helps go. Before, if you have someone who has helps and the helps are going to go, you can't stop them from going. Get them to do all the work before then. Take care of them. Have their salaries and all the goodies you want to give them. Get bulk cooking done. Freeze it. Get a meal plan. Get a timetable, even if it's a 1-week timetable for the duration of that period, so that you are not waking up in the morning thinking, should I make yam and egg for breakfast, or should we do sausages or bread and English breakfast? Have it all around so that it helps you do your bulk cooking. I know Labake does a lot of things, especially as it has to do with children. Also, avoid people that will make you feel bad about yourself and your efforts, especially when they're in-laws. Avoid them if you can. I'm telling you, avoid human beings, even if they are your relatives. Avoid people who will make you feel bad about yourself, how you look, your weight, or what you're wearing, the hair you have on, or how your children look, or what you're not. Avoid people who are not good for your mental health. Please avoid them. Block them on your social media. You don't need to go to that family gathering. Thankfully, there's Corona. Just use this as a perfect excuse. You can't outsource alone time with yourself. You need to be able to spend time with yourself to heal from the trauma that has caused you to maybe be the way you are, and begin to figure that out. Spending more time with yourself as an adult is a way to excavate and figure out what is happening and how you can begin to make headway. You can't outsource quality time with your children if you have them. You can't outsource quality time with your spouse if you have a spouse. And of course, you can't outsource quality time with your girlfriends or your friends or people who give you value in life. But guess what? You can outsource cooking. You can outsource cleaning. You can outsource clothes shopping. You can outsource ironing. You can outsource many other things. You can even outsource childcare for a bit. Maybe not entirely, maybe for a bit. Get paid help. So if you look at it in, like I said in the beginning, cost and benefit analysis, you find out that it's cost effective in the long run because it frees up your time and frees up your life to do things that you genuinely love. It takes a deep level of self-awareness for a woman to tell you, I don't like cooking, or I don't like to have children, or I can only afford one child. The more you spend time with yourself, the more you will be understanding what you like and what you don't like. And how do you get to know that if you don't love yourself enough and spend enough time with yourself? So these are the 3 things I'm going to share on how to live your best life as a mom, be empowered, especially in light of the festive period we're about to enter into. And like I said earlier, your glass of wine. So this is you toasting to yourself. Toast to yourself to a better you, an empowered you, a more healthier you.